Rapper and actor Ice Cube is facing backlash after one of Trump's senior advisors revealed he is working with the administration. Now, Ice Cube tried to clear the air, saying he reached out to both candidates about his plans for Black America, and the Trump campaign was just the first to respond.
The Trump campaign came to me and asked me to explain to them some of the contract with Black America. That's what I did. I'm not playing no more of these games. These political games. We're not part of a team. We have very broad problems, especially the wealth gap in this country when it comes to Black Americans. So I'm going to whoever's in power and I'm gonna speak to them about our problems specifically. I'm not going there talking about minorities. I'm not going there talking about people of color or diversity or none of that stuff. I'm going there for Black Americans, the ones who are the descendants of slaves.
Joining me now is the host and managing editor of the digital show, Roland Martin Unfiltered. Roland, thank you for being here. Look, we played that clip with Chris Cuomo. I know that you also sat down with Ice Cube. Give me your reaction when you heard about his partnership with the Trump campaign and the backlash. Do you think it was justified?
Well, first of all, I sat down with Ice Cube before Chris Cuomo. I had Ice Cube on my show a month and a half ago. Then I had him on the show Thursday. We had a 40-minute conversation. And we went through all these various issues. First of all, so he made it clear he's not working with the campaign. He did connect with the Biden campaign. And what he said to me was that they said, look, we agree with 85% of what you're saying. We'll connect with you after the election. Why? The Biden-Harris folks are saying, we're not the ones who are in power. And so Ice Cube, in my interview with him, he said that, the Trump folks committed to $500 billion in their so-called platinum plan. Alex, that's total BS. I went through the entire plan. This is a 2-page plan. So let's understand. Platinum plan is 2 pages. Lift Every Voice Biden Black America plan is 22 pages. And so the reality is that I said to Ice Cube, look, what they committed to, there's no commitment. There's nothing substantive behind it. And so I totally understand his point in terms of, yes, when you are in power, then African Americans too should be making demands of you. I've said that for years as well. Most African Americans living in the South are living under Republican legislatures. We understand that. The question is, can you trust the folks who are doing it? Let's just be real. The Trump folks, all they wanted was Ice Cube's stamp of approval of saying he actually contributed to their platinum plan. They wanted the PR hit. They got the PR hit, and that's what they wanted.
So, Roland, when you point out with him, a 2-page plan versus a 22-page plan, what's his reaction to that?
Well, what he said was, look, both don't go far enough, which is true. But here's what I also said to him when he was on the last month. I said, Q, and we texted today, we were texting before he was on and after. I said, you also got to have an infrastructure in place to then carry out what it is you want. So here's the deal. Let's say Biden-Harris wins. Okay, then we have to, as A. Philip Randolph, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt told A. Philip Randolph, make me do it. Philip, we have to make them do it, which means you have to have an infrastructure in place or supporters. So one of the things that I said to him, I brought on Alicia Garza with Black Futures Lab, where they put together a Black Census project where they surveyed 30,000 African Americans of what they wanted. I said, Q, you should be partnering with her. Partnering with Tamika Mallory, Until Freedom, New York Justice League, Tempo, Million Hoodies March. There are a number of entities out here that have infrastructure, policy people, lobbyists to get it. So again, Ice Cube alone, as a rapper actor making demands, will not achieve it unless you have infrastructure to push the process through.
Absolutely, you got to roll up your sleeves and actually get the work done. So look, he said that he started all this. He wanted to see a greater emphasis on Black Americans, not just on, people of color or minorities. Right. How about either campaign? Do you think either one has spent enough time speaking directly to Black voters and addressing their concerns?
Well, first of all, the Trump campaign ain't wasting time with Black people. I mean, when you're putting out a minstrel show like Diamond and Silk, and you're putting out clueless folks like Candace Owens, and even that fool down in Georgia, Representative Vernon Jones, you're not serious about it. They won't come talk to black people. Donald Trump has not spoken to any major black organization. He only talked to African Americans who support him. He is not serious. The White House made it perfectly clear. Their only goal is to attract 20% of black men. That's why they quickly want to meet with Ice Cube. That's why they're talking to Kanye West. That's why they're talking to other people. Now, the Biden campaign, they've had more outreach towards African Americans, but I've made it clear to them, you got to be doing more as well. You're looking at polling data showing the black male support that Trump is getting and certain candidates are getting in Michigan and North Carolina. You got to do more. I said, look, black people, Democrats cannot win without black people. So what you must do is you must court them. You must drive money to black media outlets. You must approach them to do more. And that's how you actually do it. But you got to push them to do it.
But let me ask you, based on everything you're saying, why is it that the Trump campaign is doubling its support with black men over black women? And we should note that typically black women are the ones who will actually go to the polls, they'll stand in line. Well, not the black men don't, but women do it in a far greater number. So how is it that Trump's picking up the black male vote?
Because it's not just Donald Trump. In 2012, there was a 9-point gap between black men and black women for Obama Romney. There was a 13-point gap between black men and black women for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And so the Trump people think they can push it to 20%. This is a Democratic Party issue because you have a lot of black men. You have black men out there. When I say a lot, I'm talking about the percentages here because the vast majority of black men are supportive of these policies. But these are black men who are disaffected. These are black men who say they believe that Democrats are too supportive of immigration efforts. Look, when Donald Trump talks about building a wall, there's 15 to 20% of black men that appeals to them. Also, when he's talking about economic policies. And so I said to Democrats back in 2012, you got a problem. You saw it in 2016. Tom Perez is aware of the problem as well. But what they have to do is they have to be serious about saying, wait a minute, we've got to compete after every vote. And this is very simple. If Democrats keep going after disaffected white women who vote for Republicans, well, you better go after disaffected black men as well, which means listening to them. Terrence Woodbury is a great pollster who's been doing focus groups on this. Cornell Belcher, another African-American pollster who's been doing this. Ron Lester as well. I say to the Democratic Party, listen to your black pollsters, your black political consultants, your African Americans who understand these issues. And the part of the problem is that too many campaigns, including Democrats, have white advisors running campaigns who are not empowering and listening to African American political experts. That's where you start.
Give me a quick assessment on what you were talking about in your home state of Texas with the record number of early votes. I mean, it really got kind of emotional for you, right? And matter of fact, let's show the viewers your Instagram page. Here it is, everyone.
I want y'all to see this. This is Frank Shilbrand Baptist Church, Super Voting site in Dallas. Look at this, y'all. Massive line. Hold on, been open 27 minutes. Look at these cars.
Look at you. You're crying there, my friend. What did that mean for you?
Well, when I go vote, I listen to freedom songs. I listen to Woke Up This Morning by John Legend, Glory by Common and John Legend. That was a Trey Songz song called 2020 Riots, How Many Times? And so it's a powerful song. And it also, and look, it hit me. I was not expecting that, literally. I'm serious. Because, and I saw it was 50 degrees in Dallas. These folks were in line the day before, an old black woman in a beat up car with a handicap sticker. I was walking around the church parking lot, and she said, baby, is this where the voting taking place tomorrow? I said, ma'am, yes, it is. She said, so where do we go? She was doing her advance work for the next day. I thought about black people who literally couldn't vote. I thought about black women who couldn't get the right to vote till the 65 Voting Rights Act. Then I thought about every effort Republicans have been doing to stop the vote. Allen West, Republican Party in Texas, sued to get curbside and drive-up voting. Greg Abbott, the governor, one mail drop box in the whole county. And black people have actually shown America what democracy really is. And that's the whole point. And so when you have Republicans who have voter suppression tactics in every state in this country, black folks in 2020 are saying, y'all can keep doing the same stuff that Democrats, Southern Dixiecrats did during Jim Crow, and we're going to still turn out. We're going to stand in line. We're going to vote by mail. And that's why those tears were there, because our ancestors died for it. And damn it, our folks today said, we're going to use the power of the ballot.
Amen to that, Roland Martin. I see why you had the tears, and bless you for him. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll see you again soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
She